Good morning, everybody. We've got a lot of stuff to go over today. So I wanted to start with a review of Jacoby 2-No Trump. And then I wanted to spend a couple of minutes on something that's not on the schedule, which is just, what would a 2-No Trump response be in other situations? What would it mean? Just so you don't get thrown by a 2-No Trump response. So is there anybody who's brave and would like to, okay, I see something in the chat, would like to just tell us what they got out of Jacoby 2-No Trump, what it means. And I'm going to remind you that if you go to reactions, it's a couple of little icons away from the chat. You can just click on that and raise your hand, and I'll keep the participants list up so I can see whose hand is up and who would like to. Oh, I see a lot of people up there. Who would like to just tell us how Jacoby 2-No Trump works? I mean, I'll do it if you don't, but it's always nice to hear feedback that I know that people understand it. All right, Sandra, right?
Yes. Jacoby 2-No Trump means if my partner says one spade, that I have support for his suit, at least 3 pieces, and I also have an opening hand. So I say, and there's no intervening bid. So I say 2-No Trump. He says one spade, I say 2-No Trump.
Does it work if he says one heart and I have support in hearts?
Yes.
So it's basically, it's an opening bid from your partner in a major suit. And that's it. And why do we do that? Somebody like to tell us why we do that instead of just going right to 4? Because if he has opening points and we have opening points and he's got 5 and we've got at least 3, why not jump right to game? Henrietta?
I think that it's because you really want to go to slam and that's what you're looking to try to do.
Not necessarily. It's because going from 1 to 4 has a different meaning now that we are not beginning players. What is the meaning if he says 1 and I say 4 in his major suit? Come on, you guys remember, we talked about that.
Then you finish.
Nobody?
No, you.
Let me just see if there's anybody else that wants to jump in. Marie, you look like you remember. Marie, what's your memory of? I say 1 heart, you say 4 hearts. What am I going to interpret that means?
Closeout bid.
Let Marie, please go ahead.
That means you have, we have a good match, and I have at least 4 or 5 hearts if I'm going to game. But and I have a good amount of points. I have a medium amount.
Okay.
Of points.
So I'm glad that we're going over the law of total tricks today, because that's what's going to be covered here. What it means is that my partner has opened 1 in a major. I am counting on him to have 5 at least. He's promising me that by opening 1 in a major. I also have 5 in the same major suit. I have a singleton, and I have at least 6, 7, 8 points. So we have a match of 10 trump together. And as we're going to talk about in the law of total tricks, the law of total tricks says that if he's got 5 and I've got 5 and we've got 10, assuming that there's shortness somewhere that we can use those 10 trump to trump our opponent's good cards, that we can expect to take about 10 tricks since we have 10 trump. That's what the law of total tricks says. Does it even sound remotely familiar to anybody?
Yes. You're talking about Joe.
Thank you. I'm glad that I'm just not this voice in the wilderness. All right. So since my partner opens 1 spade and I've got 5 spades, 6 to 8 points, maybe even a little bit more, I can go to right to 4 spades. So that's what that jump to game is reserved for.
At what point are you too strong to bid 4 spades?
So he opened 1 spade, I've got 5 spades, I've got 11 points.
Yeah.
Do I still have that singleton?
Yeah.
I still have a singleton and I've got 11 high card points and I've got 5 trump.
Yeah.
I'm going to seriously consider doing something else, like something I haven't taught you, Q-bidding an ace, which I haven't taught you yet. Maybe using one of the conventions to ask for aces. I could use Blackwood to ask for aces. I could consider the thought of slam at that point.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
Okay, all right. Okay, so because we're not going to jump to game unless we have that fit of 10 trump together with our partner, we're going to come up with this other convention called Jacoby 2 no trump, where my partner says 1 spade, I say 2 no trump. I'm just going to remind you that some people play where you have to have 4 in the suit to show support. You're going to have to make that decision with your partner, but I think having 3 is enough. I mean, you have 8. I think it's okay to go. Okay. Any questions about Jacoby 2 no trump?
Yes.
And of
one-
course, and I'll answer that question in a second. And of course, your partner knows that you don't have an extremely strong hand, because if you had an extremely strong hand, he opens 1 spade, you've got 3 spades and 16 points, 17 points. I may start thinking about possibly slam. So I wouldn't just say 2 no trump. So let's say I have 17 points. My partner opens 1 spade. I've got 3 nice spades. I've got 17 points. Maybe I've got a doubleton somewhere to add a little strength to my hand. There's definitely a possibility of slam. I'm not saying 2 no trump to show support. Maybe I'll say 4 no trump. What would that mean?
Looking for
Asking
ace.
for aces.
Asking for aces. So if I don't say 4 no trump, if I just say 2 no trump, that means based on him having his minimum hand, I don't see a slam there. So probably I have a minimum hand, no more than 15 points, maybe 16 points. You all remember minimum, medium, maximum hands, right?
Yeah.
So then it's up to my partner, because he could have opened 1 spade or 1 heart with 18 or 19 points of his own. And if he did, and I bid 2 no trump to show him an opening hand, he's going to start thinking about slam, right? Did I say that clearly?
Yes.
Because I only know when he opens at the 1 level that he's got 13 to 12, or maybe 12 to 21 points. When I come back, 2 no trump, I promised him opening points. So therefore, if he now can add 13 and 19 or 13 and 18, there certainly is a possibility of slam. He can take the contract up. But if all he has is like 14 points and all I've promised him is a minimum hand, he'll probably just go right to 4 hearts. Question, Eileen.
You feel comfortable going to 5? In other words, if you automatically.
Eileen, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Let me get this reaction thing on. Okay. I don't know.
I mean, I hear sounds, but I can't distinguish what you're saying. Go ahead.
In other words, I don't know what I'm getting an echo too.
All right, going to 5, what would be the
In
purpose of
other
going
words,
to 5?
if you're not doing Jacoby 2, and you have 16 points, and instead you're going asking for aces, you said. You're comfortable with him going to 5 because you're putting him in 5 already.
I don't normally invite to slam by bidding 5.
No, but you did by asking for aces.
Yes.
You are.
Oh, by asking for aces, are you comfortable going to 5?
Yeah.
Well, if I've got enough points to even consider slam, I probably have enough for an over trick, Eileen.
You do?
So,
But I thought maybe you
so if
could
the
go
contract
slower.
stops at 5, we probably should comfortably make it.
I thought by doing Jacoby 2, no, you can get there slower. Like I would.
Right, but like I'm saying, I wouldn't use Jacoby 2 no trump if I had enough points as a responder to think about slam. So if I say 2 no trump over your 1 heart,
Right.
I'm telling you, I don't have enough points in my hand for us to have a slam if you have a minimum hand. So I'm promising you 13, 14, 15, maybe 15 points. maybe, I mean, I'm also going to consider my shortness, my well, we haven't talked about reevaluating your hand, but I'm also going to talk about my singletons, my doubletons, my voids. That's all going to add extra strength to my hand. With all that, if I don't see any possibility of slam, my Jacoby 2-note trump says that to my partner, but he can take it higher. If my 13 points is all he needs for him to think about slam, he can now ask for aces.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Now she can hear.
Oh, wow.
All right. Are there any more questions before we go on to other 2-note
Just
trump
one more thing.
responses?
How come you
Yes.
can't do it on a minor? How come you can if you have a strong minor and an opening hand, your partner opens a minor? Why can't you try
Because
to get on a minor?
because 9 times out of 10, if you have a good fit in a minor suit, you want to play it in no trump.
Uh-huh.
I urge you,
Really.
when you have a fit in a minor suit, if you have the major suits covered, and you only need one stopper, really, is to play it in no trump.
Do you
Your
need-
goal in life is to play in a major suit. Your second goal is to play in no trump. And way down on your list of priorities is to play in a minor suit. Because to play game in a minor suit, you've got to be at the 5 level.
Right, I know that. I just thought that if you had an opening hand and I matched you in a minor with 5 or 6 or something like that, 2-note trump is telling you that in one breath, which is why I love
2-note
2-note
trump
trump.
doesn't say that. We're going to talk about that. If you open in a minor suit and I say 2-note trump, I'm saying something else.
Okay, so you just can't do it in a minor. That's the answer. Just don't do it.
Not if you play the convention, the normal accepted conventions of bridge.
Okay.
Remember, bidding is a language and it's got a meaning. And you may be trying to communicate something to your partner by a bid, but if he speaks the language that everybody else speaks, he's going to
Well, no,
not understand what you're trying to say.
All right.
So you've got to speak conventional language.
Okay.
Okay. But thank you for your question. All right, so let's go on to what another 2-note trump response would mean. Let's take Eileen's her question about my partner opens in a minor suit. So my partner opens 1 club and I respond 2-note trump. What do you think I'm saying?
Good question.
You have opening points.
No 5-card major,
So you have-
4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
no.
4-5 major.
To respond in a major, you're promising 4.
Right.
I want you to go, Marie, out to the tattoo parlor and have that tattooed on your arm. I am promising 5 in a major to open, only 4 to respond. Do not assume when your partner says 1 spade over your 1 diamond that he's got 5. He'll kill you dead.
Right.
Dead in
Does
the
it,
street.
Which I have.
Like
does it show that he has both? Does it show
He
that
is
he has
telling you,
both?
number 1, he's got not necessarily opening points, but close to it. He could have, it's very hot in this room, my air conditioning is not on, I have to put it on. He is telling you he has a minimum of 11 points.
Okay, 11, okay.
Why 11, not 10? Because if he had 10, he'd come back 1-note trump. Right? 1-note trump is 6 to 10 points. So he's saying, partner, I have at least 11 points. I could have more. I could have 12, 13, 14, 15 points. But I don't have a medium hand. I have a minimum hand probably. But you have an opening hand, partner, and I've got something close to or actually an opening hand. I do not have a 4-card major.
Right.
I promise you this. I promise you this on my life. I do not have a 4-card major. Because when your partner opens in a minor, your job is to show a major.
Right.
And that's what that means. So you can't mean it to say, hey, partner, I've got to fit with you in your minor suit. Because he's
Right.
going, well, you probably do have a fit with him in a minor suit.
Right.
You
You have no
probably
4-5
do.
You have no 4-5 majors.
Why?
Because if you had an extremely long, a nice minor suit that was really long, you could bid it.
One
So let's
club
say
is,
he opens one club and you've got 5 diamonds. You could say 1 diamond as a response. And if there's an overcall here, you could say 2 diamonds because you've got, if you have enough points, to go to the 2 level. So if it's 1 club here, 1 spade here, you could say 2 diamonds if you have 11 points. Remember, you can't go to the 2 level and change the suit unless you have 11 points, right? Partner opens 1 club, right-hand opponent says 1 spade. You could say 2 diamonds with a nice diamond suit and 11 points. With less than 11 points, you'd have to say 1 no trump, right? Can't go to the 2 level unless you have 11 points. So a 2 no trump response to your partner's minor suit opening does not say, hey, partner, we belong in that suit. It says, I don't have a great other suit to bid. I do not have a 4-card major, and I've got at least 11 points. Yes?
Yes.
So now we know what a 2 no trump response would be over a major suit. That's Jacoby 2 no trump. We know what it would be over a minor suit opening by opener. What would it mean over 1 no trump? Please don't call out. Let people have a chance to think. What would it be if your partner opened 1 no trump and your response was 2 no trump? What are you telling me?
At 8 points.
See, I would love it if you raised your hand. It would make my day. Same person's raising her hand. I can't believe that only Sandra knows what a 2 no trump response is to a 1 no trump open.
look at my hand. You look at everybody or just?
I'm looking at your name, Michael. There is no hand next to your name.
Well, that's interesting because I have my hand raised.
Like this?
Oh, no, you wanted reactions under reactions.
Trust me, it's not up. Annette, what does it mean?
You're talking to me?
I'm talking to Annette.
Okay.
Michael, I swear to God, I'm looking at your name and there's no electronic hand there. Annette, could you unmute, please? And tell me what a 2 no trump response to a 1 no trump opening means?
Well, for me, it means that I have almost nothing in the way of support for you. I'm perhaps about 7 or 8 points.
Okay, so do you agree that this is an invitation?
Yes.
Okay. An invitation means, partner, we have a chance at making game, right?
Right.
We have a chance. You would have to have a little bit extra for us to do it, but we have a chance. So if he opens 1 no trump, he's got 15 to 17 high card points. Do we all agree on that?
Yeah.
And how many points is required for a game in no trump, the 3 no trump?
26.
20, 25. 25. So 25 points. So if he is only promising 15 points, because you can't assume he has the upper level, for us to have a chance, I would have to have at least 8 points, right?
Right.
Because the most he could have is 17. 17 and 8 would be 25. So with 7 points, I'm not inviting. Because even if he has 17 points, if I only have 7, that's only 24. That's called pass. 1 no trump, pass. Unless, of course, I have a 5-card major and then I'm going to use what convention?
Jacoby transfer.
Thank you. It was one voice, but at least it was a voice. Yes. With a 5-card major, my partner opens 1 no trump. I don't need any points to use Jacoby transfer. And if you need a review of Jacoby transfer, let me know after the class and I'll try to fit it in somewhere.
No.
Okay. So 1 no trump. I'm going to say 2 no trump only if there's any chance of us making game, which means I must have 8 points. I could have, by the way, if I have 8 points in a 4-card major, what convention am I going to use?
Same.
Thank you. Heard more than one voice. Okay. I could also have 9 points. 1 no trump, 15 to 17 points, 9 points. I'm not
Okay.
sure that we're going to make game. If he only has 15, his 15 and my 9 is not gonna be enough for game, right?
Right.
It's only 24. If I have 10 points and he opens one no trump, and there's no chance of a fit in a major suit, because I don't
Three
even
no
have
trump.
4 cards,
Three no trump.
I'm gonna go right to 3 no
Three
trump.
no trump.
So if I have 7 or fewer points, 7 or fewer, and my partner opens one no trump, I pass. I specifically will only say 2 no trump if he opens one no trump and I have 8 or 9. More than 9, I know we have game. Fewer than 8. Any questions?
We're getting a crazy distribution.
Eileen, I'm going to take your question, but I'm also going to show you how to raise your hand. If
Okay,
you, I mean, after this, you could practice it. So if you look, if you kind of move your cursor around, you'll see a reactions button,
yeah. Oh,
right?
I see it.
If you click on that,
I
and
did.
then you click on where it says raise hand. Ah, she just did it. Eileen, I see your hand up. What would you like to ask?
Distribution plays a tremendous part, I'm finding.
Not a no trump.
Not if you have like if you have your 7 or 8 points, 7 points for sure, and you have like a great minor suit that he'll be able to run.
Just makes it, you don't count distribution points. You just say, all the more reason for me to play a no trump. I'm not counting distribution points in no trump.
So it doesn't.
The whole purpose of distribution, you're talking about points for shortness now?
No, I'm saying my partner was one no. I've got 7 points and a very long, nice minor suit. Because I with majors, I would do the transfer, Jacoby. So why wouldn't I say 2 no trump? Because you can run that minor
Because
suit.
then I'm counting length for no trump.
So I'm never telling him my unusual distribution.
Now, if I happen to have the ace, king, queen, if I happen to know that I'm going to get control of that minor suit,
Right.
fine. But here's a question, Eileen. How do you know that that wonderful suit is going to be led by your opponents?
Oh, I'm not. I'm thinking my partner's gonna get to me. He'll get in.
How do you know? How do you know what your opponent is going to be? See, the problem with counting anything other than high card points in no trump is that you cannot guarantee what suit your opponents are going to lead, and that wonderful length will only come in handy if that suit is led. Your opponents have the first lead.
What are they doing?
You don't have control of every suit. Your wonderful
I know
suit
what
may
to
never
tell
get
you
to be
earlier.
played. See what I'm saying? In a
I
suit contract,
No, the one no trump open has at least 2 diamonds. If I have this long diamond suit, she's gonna get to me. She's gonna get in.
only if it's led.
No, she'll take over.
Eileen, we can debate this. You asking me for my professional opinion.
Okay,
I'm giving it to you. What I'm saying to you is your opponents may have the first 7 tricks, because they may have a suit that both you and your partner are weak in.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Trust me, they have the lead.
I
They
know.
have control. And the only way to guarantee that you're going to get to your good suit is if you get control of the play by taking the trick. I have seen many times my partner and I have this wonderful suit, but I have 3 hearts topped by a 10, and he's got 3 hearts topped by a jack, right? And they're leading the ace, the king, the queen. Out goes both of all our hearts, and then they keep running them. And I've lost the contract because I don't have control of every suit.
All right.
So that's why high card points are where the action is. In no trump. If I'd had a king instead of a jack in hearts, it would have made all the difference. All right, Annette, do you still have a question?
No, should I? I'm sorry, do I
Yeah,
have
please lower your hand.
unhanded?
I have a question.
I don't see any hands up.
Yes, I'm raising my hand.
Who is that?
Sandra.
Your hand's not up.
Oh, here. No, wait a second.
I really want to stick with this. And I know you know how to raise your hand because you raised it 12 times already today. Yes,
Last
Sandra.
question. Last question. sometimes you do end up in a 3-no trump, and you don't have control of all the suits.
Yep.
You have control of 3 suits.
Yep.
So that does happen, and it's very
Yep.
frustrating. Okay, I'm just checking that with you.
Sometimes it
Okay.
rains when you were going to go to the beach. I mean,
Right,
you know,
okay.
you know what happens in life. But here's the thing, what you hope is that one of your opponents doesn't have a long run of that suit and can keep playing it.
Mhm.
So if your opponents have bid a suit, especially a major suit, showing that they have 5, be very careful about bidding no trump unless you have a stopper in that suit,
Okay,
because they're telling you, I got a lot of these, I can run them. So that's my lesson to you. All right. We had 2 hands on page 5. I think we only looked at the first one. Am I correct?
No, we looked at both.
Did both,
Did we bid out the second hand?
Yes.
yes,
Did we talk about playing the second hand?
no.
No,
we
Okay,
didn't
so
play it.
let's, just in case we have some new people, let's talk about South being the dealer. So South has 11, 13 points, right? South is going to open 1 club, correct?
Right.
I'm talking about sample hand number 2 on page 5. 7 and 6, yep. South opens 1 club. West does not have enough points or length to overcall. North is obviously going to respond 1 spade. North has 7, 8, 12 high card points and 1 point for the extra diamond, 13 points.
Point for the
North
extra.
North cannot give herself any points for the singleton club or the doubleton heart yet. Because as we're going to talk about when we have the lesson on reevaluating your hand, you can't count real short suits until you've established a fit with your partner. So it's 1 club by South, 1 spade by North, but North knows that they probably will be ending up in game because they both have around opening points. The question is, it's going to be in a suit. It's probably going to be in the suit. She does have a singleton club, which is not great for no trump, but her partner did open clubs, which doesn't necessarily mean a whole hell of a lot, but she's going to come back 1 spade. And we're going to say that for the rest of the hand, East and West are not going to be bidding. South here's 1 spade, and that's all she needs to know. North has promised her 4 spades, right, Marie, not 5?
Yes, 4.
North has promised, you got that tattoo? You went out and got the tattoo? North has promised her 4 spades. She's got 4 spades. Now there's a fit. She can now give herself 1 more point for the doubleton in diamonds. Some people might even give more because it's an ace-king doubleton. It's really valuable. She doesn't lose any tricks, and then she can trump. So what would you like South to bid after North says 1 spade?
South bid. 2 spades,
Behind.
2 spades.
Can she say 2 no trump?
yes.
Not with
Why
the,
can she say 2 no trump?
No.
Got a
She
single
has
spade.
4 spades, and she has an opening hand.
She has a
She
double.
opened.
That's 2 no trump.
She opened.
Already
It's a response to her partner's bid. Now,
No.
it's a little bit different because her partner didn't open 1 spade, right? Her partner didn't open 1 spade. Her partner responded 1 spade.
Right.
So it's not really where Jacoby 2 no trump comes in. Jacoby 2 no trump is a response to a partner's opening bid of 1 spade.
right.
Right, I knew that.
But in this case, what I would do instead of doing 2 no trump, I would simply go to 4 spades. It's not the law of total tricks because you're not responding to an opening bid, you're responding to a response. So it's 1 club by South, 1 spade by North, 4 spades by South. You can go right to game because you have enough spades and you have enough points. And did we go over the possible losers that we have here?
Oh, one heart.
She's gonna lose one trick. She's gonna lose that one heart trick. East is going to lead. East is going to lead probably the Queen of Diamonds. Top of touching honors. South is going to take it with the King of Diamonds. She's going to run her spades. She'll have the Ace King of Diamonds. She won't lose any clubs because she'll have enough spades to trump them. She'll lose a low heart. She has the Ace of Hearts. The other heart she'll trump. She's going to make 6.
And there was,
Question, Eileen, question?
Yeah. there was no way to reach slam mentally on this one?
Okay, let's look at this. So South says 1 club, North says 1 spade. You know, that's the problem. 7, 8. So I mean, if I'm South, my partner says 1 spade. All right, South says 2 spades. Let's try it this way. South says 2 spades. Shows her partner she has a fit.
Right.
Okay, so instead of going right to game, South says 2 spades. North says, okay, my partner has a fit with me. Now we have 9 spades.
Right.
I've got 7, 8, 12 high card points. 1 point for the doubleton and hearts makes 13. 3 points for the singleton club makes 16. It's iffy.
Would you ask races?
I think you just happen to be in a situation where you have an ace in the suit, that's the doubleton. You happen to have a singleton in the suit that South has the ace in. I mean, if you add up the points, it's not slam points. So it just happened to fall into place like that, but it's not really a biddable slam contract. Henrietta?
Why couldn't you bid after North bids 1 spade? Why wouldn't you bid 3 spades? Because you have points and you have a fit with spades rather than just 2.
Okay. South was the opening hand, right?
Right.
Let's think about what that 3 spade bid would mean. Remember, who's the opener here, South or North?
South.
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 Opener's second bid shows the value of her hand. Her first bid showed 12 or 13 up to 21 points, right? Right, Henrietta?
Right,
Her partner came back 1 spade, showing 6 points and up, right?
right.
So now it comes back to South. On her second bid, she further defines her hand. If she has a minimum hand, she bids whatever she's going to bid at the cheapest level possible. If she has a
Okay.
maximum hand, she goes to game. If she jumps a level, she just showed a medium hand of 17 points, 16, 17, 18 points. She doesn't have that. She has a minimum hand. That's why she has to bid 2 spades.
Okay.
Because she's telling her partner, I opened, but I opened with a very minimum hand.
But the first thing you said was go to 4. I wrote it down. First you said go answer in 4 spades, go to game.
No, I said North could go to 4 spades.
Right. North could go.
No.
No, you said
If
South.
I said
No.
that, then I said it wrong. What I meant to say was South says 1 spade, 1 club, North says 1 spade, South says 2 spades, and North goes to 4.
I wrote it down.
Maybe I maybe I skipped something.
Yeah.
All right, so South cannot jump right to 4 spades. South would need to have 19 points to do
That's
that.
what I was wondering.
South would need 19 points to jump right to game.
Okay.
Okay.
So South has to show a minimum hand. So it's going to be a slam, my friends.
So they have to say 4.
All right. So we have 3 things to talk about today. The rule of 17, the law of total tricks, which I've just gone over with you, and the rule of 15. And then we have 2 hands. Good luck to us. We have less than an hour. All right. The rule of 17. Please take, there might be some people who haven't learned this yet. I have talked about it. Please take a couple of minutes to read it over and then we'll talk about it. It's on page 6. Annette, I see your hand up.
Yes.
What is your question?
My question is, I was not here last week. The material you're referring to, how do I get that?
Yeah, the law of total tricks.
Okay, is it on the website?
I don't know.
This was, okay, so this was material that that was emailed, right? It was emailed to you guys by the library?
Yes, yes.
Or you could pick it up.
And you can pick it up at the
Mary
library.
Aileen, are you there? Please unmute if you can hear me.
Okay, we're here.
Could pick it up at the library.
I don't see law of total
Yeah,
tricks.
but she needs it now. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right. I can,
Where's the law of total tricks?
I just
I will-
registered yesterday.
So,
Well,
So,
thank you. Welcome to the class.
thank you.
Do me a favor, are you able to check the website without losing your Zoom connection? See if it's available on the website. Some libraries put it on their website.
Law of total tricks.
Ask her if she got an email confirming her registration.
I did.
It should be
See
there.
if there was anything attached to that email.
Okay, thank you. You go ahead.
yeah,
and
I'm
I
checking
will,
to see if we have a link directly. Hang on a moment.
Law of total tricks.
Oh, I hear Mary Aileen. She's on the case, as they say.
Let me see.
It's you, Julie.
Yeah, because the MRV has power.
Five.
There is a link on our website on our event calendar. If you go to the advanced bridge, there's a button to click, join Zoom event now. There's also the meeting ID and passcode if you would rather do it that way.
Right, but what she's looking for is the material that we're using.
Oh, the
in the-
material. No, sorry, I missed that. No, we don't have the material there. Janine would have to send it to you.
All right, so I'll try to read this material out loud. Sorry, what was her name? What was the name of the lady who said that she just joined the class?
I missed it.
I missed it too. Okay, so I think she left us actually to go and see if she can find.
I don't see the law of total tricks.
All right, so let's go over page 6. And if that lady is still with us, I'm reading it out loud. Rule of 17. This rule is used when your partner has made a preemptive opening bid. Can we review just for a second? I know you know this, and I'm going to see a flood of yellow hands when I ask, how do I interpret a preemptive bid? If my partner, for sake of argument, opens 2 spades, what can I assume from him? Let me see those hands flood, yellow hands.
6-1. Oh, I
More like a
got
drip as opposed to a flood. Gail. Hi, Gail.
Hi.
Could you tell us if I say 2 spades as an opening bid, what are you interpreting that to mean?
That's a preemptive bid, and you have 6 spades, 2 honors, and 6 to 10 high card points
2 honors in what suit?
in spades.
In the suit okay.
Right,
How did you know that I had 6, exactly 6?
because it's a preemptive bid.
because you said 2.
So
You
if I
have
if I open 3 spades, is that also 6 cards?
No, 3 spades would be
Oh, so
7.
it's the fact that I preempted at level 2.
Right,
Okay. So I preempted at level 2. That showed that I had 6 cards in that suit. And I have 6 to 10 high card points, and I have 2 honors at least in that suit. So what if I preempted at level 3? What if I said 3 diamonds? Gladys, what does that mean?
7.
7 what?
7
diamonds.
7 diamonds,
And
2 honors,
in diamonds, at
Diamond.
least. And how about my points?
6 to 10.
6 to 10. I will never, ever, ever make a preemptive bid with opening points.
With what?
But what if I have 7 diamonds in opening points? I'm opening my diamonds. I'm just going to keep pushing them. I'm just going to keep bidding them. Eileen, I see your hand up, but if your face wasn't on my screen, I would never know.
did.
That's
I
why
did.
you use the electronic
I
hand. But
did.
go ahead, ask your question.
I did raise hand.
Now I see it. Go ahead.
Okay. Some people, at least I was told, they want 5 points in that high card, among those high cards, not a jack queen. They want king, at least one of your high ones,
You want 2 honors.
but
There's
not
your
jack queen. That's what I was told.
Okay, so you're saying if it's the queen jack, it's not good enough?
That's what I was told. No, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Not at the 3 level, it's not good enough. At the 2 level, it's okay. But if I'm gonna preempt at the 3 level, yes, I would like 2 stronger honors.
Okay.
So that is correct, because it's 1 level higher, right?
Right.
I want 7 cards if I'm preempting at the 3 level. Okay, the one exception to that would be, you can't preempt at the 2 level in clubs, because a 2 club bid is a strong bid. You guys know that, right?
Right.
Yes.
The club bid is a strong bid. So if you have a really strong 6-carded club suit with 6 to 10 points, so you're sitting there with king, queen, jack, those are your points, king, queen, jack of clubs and toppings. So a lot of people will open 3 clubs and kind of lie a little bit and pretend like they have 7 clubs because they can't open 2 clubs. So they'll say 3 clubs. And their partner will say, why did you do that? You only had 6 because look at my clubs.
Right.
So that's something you can decide to do or not to do. All right, so your partner has made it. Elena, your hand is up. Yes. Hi, Ellen. Ellen, you are muted, my friend.
Hi, sorry. On the 3 level, you can have an ace jack or not?
Yeah.
Or a,
Yes.
or a king jack?
Fudging.
Okay, it's fudging.
Fudging a little bit. I'd also want to
Okay.
see what else I have. Do I have a singleton someplace?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Gladys, is this important now?
I'm sorry, I missed the question. I wasn't raising my
Asking
hand.
about what kind of honors you want to have if you open at the 3 level. And a lot of people feel like it's not a rule, but a lot of people feel comfortable if their honors come up to 5 points, like they would like to have an ace jack or a king queen if they're opening at the 3 level. Like just a queen jack or a king jack, they would be more comfortable if it was stronger honors. But I got to tell you, I got 7 diamonds topped by a king jack. I am not going to sit there and say I'm not preempting the diamonds because I don't have 5 points. I'm not. That's too luscious to pass up. So you've got to decide what your risk factor, what's the word I'm looking for? Tolerance, what your risk tolerance is. I'm going for it. All right, so with all that being said, the rule of 17 is a response to your partner's opening bid of a preempt. And this is the way the rule of 17 goes. Your partner's made a preemptive opening bid. I'm back on page 6. You're going to count your high card points and the number of cards you have in the suit in which your partner has preempted. So if Gail says 3 diamonds, I'm counting my high card points and my diamonds. If Marie says 2 spades, I'm counting my high card points and my spades. Easy? It's got to equal 17. Those 2 numbers you're adding up together, your high card points and the number of cards you have in your partner's bid suit. It has to equal 17. Well, it's a rule of thumb for you to think about playing in game in that suit. So Marie says 2 spades. I know she's got 6 spades. I know she's got 2 honors in spades. I know she has 6 to 10 high card points. I look at my hand. I've got 14 high card points and 3 spades. Do I make the rule of 17?
Yes.
Yes.
14 and 3. As the responder to her opening bid of 2 spades, I can now say 4 spades. If I had 14 high card points and 1 spade, and I didn't have something fantastic in another suit, I am passing on her 2 spade bid. All I'm doing is making it easier for her to make 2 spades by giving her 14 high card points. We still only have 7 spades together. Right? She only promised me 6. Okay, here's what I want you to think about though. Your partner has made a preempt in a minor suit. Remember what I said about minor suits, about playing game in a minor suit? Really scary. So Michael has opened 3 diamonds. And I happen to have 14 points and 3 diamonds. Yep, we've got 10 diamonds. That does not guarantee us game in diamonds. We can only lose 2 tricks. We might, I know that I want to play in game. I've got the rule of 17. He opened 3 diamonds. I've got 14 points and 3 diamonds. Right? I have the rule of 17. But does not necessarily mean that I want that complete game to be in diamonds. It might be in 3 no trump. I'd have to look at my other suits to see if I have those other suits covered. I mean, I got 14 points. I should have something in the other suits, but not necessarily in all the other suits. He may have nothing in the other suits. All I can count on him is 6 to 10 points. They could all be in diamonds. It could be lovely in diamonds. But if nobody ever leads a diamond, we could be sunk in 3 no trump. First 5 tricks we could lose. Another situation where I might have the rule of 17, but not want to play in the hand is what if I have 16 high card points and 1 card in my partner's suit? So Eileen, you open 2 spades. You have 6 spades. I have 16 high card points and 1 spade. Do I have the rule of 17?
Yes, but no match, right?
But
No
I don't
match.
think we belong in spades.
You only have 7 spades together.
I might have a long suit of my own that I want to bid. Or if I'm kind of like 4, 4, 4, and 1. Right? 4 cards in each of the other 3 suits and 1 card in her suit. Maybe we could play in 3 no trump. Not great to play with a singleton, but all I got to do is get to her spades and I can get some tricks. If I had a void in her suit, I'm not playing 3 no trump because all she might have is spades and I have no way to get to them, right?
Right.
See what I'm saying? So if
Right.
I have a void, I'm not playing 3 no trump. But if I have a singleton in her suit and I've got the other 3 suits covered, 3 no trump is certainly viable. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? Please let me know now that you're not getting what I'm saying. Gladys, do you have a question?
No, I
Okay,
understand.
so if you go to that same reactions button and you can click on lower hand, Eileen, do you have a question?
I'm just wondering, is there any time that you wouldn't go to game that you like feel your partner out? Does she have the 6 or the 10?
You gotta always assume. I don't think you sit there and figure it out. You don't sit there and say, well, maybe she has the 6. If she has the 6, I'm not gonna go. If she has the 10, I'm gonna go. If you have the rule of 17, it's kind of been proven that you can safely go to game.
No, I'm saying, let's say you have not the rule of 17, but you have
Oh,
a decent hand. You want to feel her out. Yeah.
give me an example of what you're talking about.
She opens 2 of something, and I'm sitting with, let's say, 12 points and a nice distribution of something, and I want to know, would I tell her
So
like,
I have
"Can match her
12
suit?"
points. Is
And I
my
have
nice, is my
have
nice
to-
distribution in her suit or a different suit?
Not, well, I'm short in her suit, but I can get to her. You know, it's.
I'd have to have a really, really pretty other suit.
And then you
Really
would-
pretty.
See, I'm finding and playing that distribution is a major factor.
Yes, distribution is a major thing.
So very often I judge my hand on my distribution.
But I might give it one bid. Not to go to game in that
No, not to
suit.
go to game. Right.
So you open 2 diamonds and I've got a beautiful heart suit. I've got like maybe 6 hearts,
Right,
but I don't have the rule of 17.
right.
Sorry about that. I always tell everybody to turn off their phone and then I forget. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 1 bid. I'll give it 1 bid. I'll say 2 hearts on that.
See what happens. Okay, that's what I've done.
But the rule of 17 doesn't really say, okay, you have to pass if you don't have the rule of 17. It tells
Right.
you whether or not to go to game.
Okay.
Okay, Sandra, question?
Yes, I have 2 things. The first thing is that usually if one person has a very long suit, it means that the opponents could also have a very long suit and something else. So I think it's risky to try to go to no trump, although I understand the benefits of going to no trump over playing a minor suit. That's the
That's
first.
why I cautioned you to make sure that you have stoppers and you have coverage
Right.
in the other suits. And coverage is not a jack.
Right. And then the other thing is that I didn't understand when you said that you go if you have a singleton, but not if you have a void. Explain what the
Okay,
void is.
I'm not going to bid no trump with a void. Because if my partner has 1 suit and 1 suit only, which is certainly possible if she preempted, how am I going to get to those cards? How am I going to get to them? I'm the one who bid no trump. Her hand is the dummy. You think my opponents are going to lead that suit?
No.
Hell no. Well, I'll be totally on my own. I won't be able to use her cards. I won't be able to get to them. See what I'm saying, Sandra?
Sort of, not 100%.
Okay. All right, so you're sitting there with the ace, king, queen, jack of diamonds, right?
Yes,
I don't have a diamond in my hand.
so you
You
can't
got
get there.
6 diamonds on the table, ace, king, queen, jack, and 2 others. Even the
Okay.
10 and the 9. You
Now
got
I
every
understand.
diamond known to mankind. I don't have a diamond in my hand. How am I going to get those tricks with
Okay.
those diamonds?
Now
If
I
there's
understand.
nothing else on the board to take a trick with.
Oh,
Okay.
you put that
All
in,
she's got is garbage and everything else.
well, then
I've got
obviously,
no way to get to the board. And they're not gonna leave the diamonds.
but if you
unless
didn't
they're
have, if you didn't,
Thank you.
but if you didn't have diamonds, and let's say you had an ace, king in another suit, you can get to, the other person with 6 diamonds you can get them to lead. You know,
If you had a way of getting to the board, but I can't count on that. So that's why I'm not playing no trump with a void in my partner's suit. Because what if they don't have any other entrance to the board? Marilyn, please.
If your opponent opens a preempt, can you also preempt?
Okay, so the rule of thumb is that we don't preempt over a preempt. And what you can assume in a game of bridge is if you say two hearts, and I'm the next person to bid, and I say 2 spades, I am showing a strong hand as opposed to a preempt.
How many points?
Oh, to go over a preempt. Remember, I'm opening the bidding for my side at 2 spades. I would want to have at least 15 points. And a nice spade suit.
You see that blue thing?
Yeah.
That moves.
Okay.
So
All right. So can we cut the conversation that somebody's having there? All right. So let's see if we can fill in these blanks. I love your questions, but it means that we don't get to everything. All right. So I give some examples here. And if you don't have the material in front of you, I'm just reading it out. Partner has opened 3 spades. Your hand is the ace 5 of spades, the ace king 10 5 of hearts, and the king 9 6 4 of diamonds, and the queen 7 3 of clubs. So you have 11 and 5 is 16 high card points. You have 2 spades. What's your bid? You could write it down. If you have it printed out, you could write it down. I'm in the middle of page 6.
There it is. I see.
Should have written down 4 spades
Yes.
because you have the rule of 17. You actually have 18. You have 16 high card points and 2 spades. How many trump do you have together? You have 9 trump
9.
together. Partner has 7, you have 2. What if you had the same hand and your partner has preempted 2 hearts? What would your bid be?
4 hearts.
4 hearts. You have
One.
11 hearts together.
6 hearts. Go to
Your part,
slam.
if your part, oh, I'm sorry, 2 hearts. I wrote down 2 hearts, yes. You have 10 hearts together. He's got 6, you've got 4. 10 hearts together.
Okay.
Is there any possibility of slam?
Yes.
Well, he's got 6 to 10. You've got, what did I say, 16 high card points and 10 hearts. It's a possibility if he's got 10 points, if he's got singleton somewhere. It's a little risky, but it's very risky, I think. I think 4 hearts is the safer bid. And I said here, I give an example of like if you don't have cards in your partner's suit. I say common sense must prevail. Let's say partner has preempted 2 spades. You've got 17 points in your hand and no spades. Technically, you meet the numerical qualifications for the rule of 17, but you can't go to game in spades. You'd only have 6 spades together. He's got 6, you've got none. So what would you do? Bid another suit. I wouldn't bid no trump. I would definitely bid another suit. Let's say partner preempts in a minor suit. If you meet the requirements of the rule of 17, instead of bidding game, think about bidding no trump instead. Because if you're not going to play in a major suit, no trump is your next consideration. 3 no trump is usually easier to make than 5 clubs or 5 diamonds. Okay. On page 7, we have the law of total tricks. Please take a couple of minutes out because the rule of 15 is something you haven't heard before, I don't think. I'd like to spend more time on that. So let's try to get through the law of total tricks a little quicker. All right, so yes,
Yeah, when you were alluding to the fact that if you only had one in your partner's suit, you would not go to 3, less than 1, you would not go to 3 no trump.
well, if they open at the 2 level, they only have 6.
Well, okay, but no, what I'm saying is if you have a singleton, but you have like only the king and the queen or the queen and the jack, they could play the ace and you're dead in the water again. So if you don't have the ace,
I'm getting a little confused.
Me too.
If who has the king or the queen?
the person who
Okay, so my partner preempted 2 spades,
and
they've
you
got
have
the king
only,
and queen.
you have only 3 spades, and you have only 1 spade in your hand.
They preempted 3 spades,
Right,
and you have 1 spade.
17 points.
But
And
if
you
they
have-
preempted 3 spades and I've got 1 spade, we've got 8 spades together.
But if you're playing a no trump, how do
No,
you get?
I'm okay. If they preempt 3 spades and I've got a singleton, I'm okay playing in 4 spades if I have the rule of 17. If they open 2 spades and I have a singleton, I'm not so okay. We only have 7. And certainly if I have a void, I'm not okay.
Okay, so then even though you might have a possibility of not being able to get to the other hand.
I
with a
do if we're
single-
playing in a suit contract because I can always trump.
Yeah,
was
but
no
not if you're
trump.
a no trump,
It was no trump that was the problem.
even with a singleton.
With the singleton, I said I was okay. I said if I was void in my partner's suit.
Unless the other side saw that you had only the king, queen and played the ace to get rid of your singleton.
In no trump, they're going to stay away from my suit.
Okay.
They're going to push their suits. Trust me, they're not going to play my suit. Okay, so can we look over page 7, please? And then we'll go over some sample hands here. Okay, so let's go over the law of total tricks. Page 7. In a nutshell, the law of total tricks states that the number of total trump you have together should roughly equal the number of tricks you and your partner should expect to make with this suit as the trump suit. That should mean that if you and your partner have 10 hearts together, under certain circumstances, you should be able to make 10 tricks and be able to bid to gain 4 hearts. What are those circumstances? One of the partners needs an opening hand. Opener needs to have a 5-card major. Responder needs to have 5 cards in the same major suit, at least 6 points, and a singleton. So if we look at the hands for North and South on page 7, and if North opens, North has 7, and 3 is 10, and 4 is 14 high card points plus 1 point for the extra spade. It's a 15-point hand. You would not open that hand 1 no trump, because I don't like you opening 1 no trump with a 5-card major. So you'd open that hand 1 spade. South would say, okay, I've got 6 high card points. I've got 5 cards in my partner's major suit. We have 10 trump together. The law of total tricks says that if we have 10 trump together, I have at least 6 points. I have a singleton in clubs. I have a singleton in some suit. I can go to 4 spades. So it would be 1 spade by North, 4 spades by South. Not promising opening points, promising a fit with the law of total tricks. Annette, you have a question?
I've been away from bridge a while. Is there ever a 2 opening strong bid? It used to be.
There used to be.
Never.
It's not normally, there are certain conventions that are accepted as part of standard American bridge these days. And are there people around that still play that way? Yes, there are people around that play. You have to have 4 diamonds to open 1 diamond, even though that's not accepted. It's not part of standard bridge anymore. There are people that still play 16 to 18 high card points to open 1 no trump, even though 15 to 17 is the accepted way. So you will find people, but if you want to find bridge partners, I would not play a strong 2 opening, except for 2 clubs, which is 22 or more points, or 2 no trump, which is a balanced hand with 20 or 21 points.
Thank you.
I would learn to preempt. You're welcome. June, question? Okay, because your hand is still up. Eileen, question?
No, this is the only law of total tricks. What about the law of total tricks where you can go to 2 clubs, open 2 clubs if you have 9 tricks in your hand? Is that a law too?
It's something that people play, but it's not a standard convention. An opening bid of 2 clubs?
Yeah, 9.
An opening bid of 2 clubs is almost exclusively reserved for I have 22 or more points.
Okay. I remember Len told me if you have 9 tricks in your hand, you can count them. You can go to 2 clubs.
People tell you all kinds of stuff.
No, he's pretty good.
But nobody at the table is going to understand what that means.
Well, I would have a lot of points in 9. I wouldn't do it with few points.
You have 22 or more points. You're not counting your tricks. You're just saying, this is my point count, partner. And then you and your partner have to come up with a suit.
Okay.
Okay. So here's the, I have an explanation of the losers. They play in 4 spades. They have no losers in spades, right? They got the ace, the king, the queen, the jack, the 10. They're missing the 9, the 3, and the 2. Right? Those are the 3 spades they're missing. the 9, the 3, and the 2. I'm looking at the two hands on page 7. Even if one person has all 3 spades, the 9, the 3, and the 2, they're not losing any spades. In hearts, they're going to lose the ace.
One heart.
One heart loss, right? Yeah, they're going to lose the ace of hearts. They've got the queen and the jack after that. In diamonds, they will lose the 9 of diamonds.
One diamond.
One diamond, one heart, one
One
club. They make their contract. Even though they didn't have 26 points, but because they had the right shape, they had the 10 tricks, the 10 major suit trump together, and the singleton, that's what gave it to them. Okay, of course you don't need 10 trump to make 4 spades. You can do it with 8 spades if you've got the right number of points. But you're compensating for the fact that you don't have the points by having the extra trump and the singleton. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So next time your partner says 1 spade as an opening bid, do not jump to 4 spades unless you're promising 10 spades. If you've got opening points and a fit in a major suit, you're going to use Jacoby 2-no trump. But before you do that, you're going to have a conversation with your partner that says, you know what Jacoby 2-no trump is? Because otherwise they're not going to understand you. And like I always say, if they don't know what Jacoby 2-no trump is, time to get. Okay, the rule of 15. I'm just going to tell you, it's I don't have this highlighted, but it's very important that you understand that this is used in 4th position only. Okay, please read over page 8.
Okay.
See,
14, 15. Here. Right here.
of course, if he has 5 spades.
Right here.
Just another minute. Okay, Annette, are you the one who didn't have your
Yes.
material? Did you get it?
No, I went to the acknowledgement and there was nothing about
Okay, so I'm gonna need to read this out loud. So guys, because I have to read it out loud, I'm gonna do it now. So if you would like to come back with me. The rule of 15. I know we had the rule of 20 and the rule of 17. That's why I'm lumping them all together because these are all numbers. The rule of 15 is not a response like the rule of 17. It is to determine whether you have an opening bid. The rule of 15 is used by an opener in the 4th position only. In other words, 3 people before him have already passed. If he were to pass, then 4 people would have passed. It's a passed hand and it's redealt. What the rule says is you add your high card points to the number of spades in your hand, just spades. If you get a total of 15, you have the option to make an opening bid, even if you might not have if you were the dealer. That doesn't mean that you must open in spades. So look at the hand below. The hand below has ace 5-3 of spades, It has 5, and 4 is 9, and 3 is 12 high card points. If you were the opening bidder, if you were the dealer, you would pass this hand unless you have decided that you're going to open with 12 points. But if you're sticking to the 13 points, this is not an opening hand. But in fourth position, we can open with this hand. We have, what did I say, 12 high card points?
Yes.
12 high card points, and we add the number of spades to that, and it equals 15. 12 plus 3 is 15. I can open this hand. And what am I going to open it? I'm going to open it with my worst suit. I'm opening it 1 club. And just, give me a second, guys. Just for Annette's benefit,
I would rather get
because I want her to see the hand. This is the hand: spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs, ace, 5, 3 of spades, king, queen, 5, 4 of diamonds, queen, jack, 3 of hearts, king, jack, 3 of diamonds, and a 9, 6, 2 of clubs. So if we count up the points, you've got 5 and 4 is 9, and 3 is 12. Not enough to open in an opening position, but in fourth position, we count our 12 high card points plus 3 spades. 12 and 3 is 15. Meet the rule of 15. We're going to open 1 club. Why 1 club? So again, Annette, I'm just addressing this to you because you said you've been away from bridge for a while. If you play the better of 2 minors, which is how we play in modern bridge, we say we can't open either of our major suits because we don't have 5. So we look at our minor suits. Whichever one is longer is automatically better, but these 2 minor suits are the same length. Even though
Gotcha.
one has stronger cards in it, you're both the same length. If they both were 4 cards, we would open 1 diamond. If they're both 3 cards, we open 1 club. And our partner is going to know that. And they're going to want to respond. If they have 6 points, they can respond. They're going to want to respond in a major suit. Okay. Why fourth position? Because nobody else had points. So if you don't bid, the hand is thrown in. So you're hoping that if you have something close to opening, that if your partner has something close to opening, maybe you can get a partial contract. I want you to look at the 2 hands at the bottom of page 8. You don't have to use the rule of 15 in these cases. Can you tell me why? Oh, we didn't learn about the rule of 20 yet, did we?
I don't remember the rule of
Okay,
20.
forget about the rule of 20. If you don't use the rule of 20, could you open these hands using the rule of 15?
Have 5 cards.
Does your high card points plus your number of spades equal at least 15?
Yes, they do. Yes.
In both cases, you could open 1 spade. I do want to tell you that when we learn the rule of 20 next week, you could have opened them anyway without even using the rule of 15, but that's another rule for another time. I want to show you 1 hand that, hang on 1 second. I want to take a look at this hand. It's not on your handout. And let's see how the rule of 15 really helps in fourth position. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. Okay, I have an ace, 8, 5, 3, 2 of spades. I've got a king, queen, 6, 3 of hearts. In diamonds, I have a jack, 7, and in clubs, I have a 7, 4. I am in fourth position. I am west, north, east, and south have all passed. Can I open using the rule of 15?
Only
Yes.
10 points.
Okay, I count my high card points. How many do I have?
10, I think.
10,
How many spades do I have?
3.
5.
5.
I don't know why we said 3. There's 5 spades there. There's 5 spades. 10 and 5 is 15. So I can open 1 spade. Here's why this is the perfect use of the rule of 15. If my opponents haven't bid yet, remember I'm in 4th position? If my opponents haven't bid yet, they probably don't have 13 points, correct?
Mhm.
If they had opening points, they would have opened. Duh, right? That's a no-brainer. If I open 1 spade for them to overcall, my opponents to overcall, they would have to go to the 2 level. Excuse me, they would have to go to the 2 level. Wouldn't they?
Yes.
Yes.
They can't bid clubs, diamonds, or hearts at the 1 level if I've opened 1
Oh,
spade.
no trump.
They could overcall 1 no trump, but remember, a 1 no trump overcall requires the same 15 to 17 points that a 1 no trump opening bid does.
They don't have it. They don't have it.
They don't have it. Of course not. That's my point. So they're not going to overcall 1 no trump. They might have 5 diamonds, 5 clubs, 5 hearts. They might, but they can't go to the 2 level with less than opening points, unless they have a fantastic hand, and I mean a fantastic length, in which case they probably would have opened. So I am preventing my opponents from overcalling by opening 1 spade. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't overcall now. So this is the perfect use of the rule of 15.
And so
When
they're
you actually open in spades.
so they're effectively, they can't even bid the entire game, right? What would,
Oh, Michael, that's so sad.
I don't feel sad. I feel if I have the spades, I'm very happy. And you and your partner can do whatever you please to do, want to do.
Right. And my partner doesn't know I'm using the rule of 15. For all he knows, I have 13 points. But that's okay,
Sure.
because if he has 3 spades and 6 to 10 points, he'll say 2 spades, I'll pass, and life is good. Don't forget about these 2 luscious little doubletons here.
But your partner knows because you didn't open originally. You're in 4th
No,
position.
no, I'm in 4th position.
You're in 4th
Didn't
position.
pass yet.
I didn't pass yet.
Oh.
The other 3 people passed.
Oh.
You're saying it's advantageous to take advantage of the rule of 15, not to
That's why I'm
pass.
teaching it to you, baby. Okay?
Yes.
Good?
Good.
I wouldn't teach you something that was a waste of time. Trust me. All right. If there's no other questions, can we go to the sample hands on page 9? I'm very proud of you for understanding this. I'm assuming because your hand isn't up that you guys understand this. I could be making a false assumption. I'm hoping not. All right, page 9. Let me ask her. Mary Aileen,
Yes,
do you have the handout on the computer?
no, I don't. I don't have access to it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's all right. I will.
Hang on 1 second. Let me see
Suffer a
if there's
bit.
any way, let me see if there's any way that I can find it saved on mine. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Am I good or am I good?
You're good.
Let me see.
You're excellent.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
You're not that good.
Who loves you, baby?
Telly Savalas.
Who loves you, baby?
Thank you, Ann.
Kojak.
All right.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome, as they say. All right, so we're just bidding hand number 1 quietly to ourselves until you have a contract. And then I'll be asking for volunteers. That was a joke, sort of, kind of.
She's an overall. You repeat the question?
I want you to start with West.
Right.
If you have this written down, I'd like you to write on the paper. If you don't have it written down, then however you want to do it, copy it and then write it. I want you to get out this hand. And every time you look at a hand, I want you to try to pretend that you haven't seen any other hand but the one you're bidding.
She's allowed
Until you have a contract.
She's gonna have to possibly open a club.
All I want is a contract out of you guys. Okay? I see 2 people have raised their hands, Gladys and Eileen.
I would.
I'd like to give everybody else another few seconds. And as much as I love you 2 guys, I'd love to hear from other people that so far have been a little camera shy. I don't know if I'm able to see the participants. Yes, I am, but I have to. Okay. Okay, Gladys, would you start the bidding for us off, please, with West?
1 spade.
Explain why.
3, 6, 10, 12, and 5. 17 points.
Okay, is there any other way that we could have determined without using the rule of 15 that we can open that hand?
Yes.
Tom, would you tell me how else, without using the rule of 17, I could, rule of 15, I'm sorry, without using the rule of 15, that I could still open that hand?
We have 12 high card points, 1 for length and spades. We open 1 spade.
Okay, very good. Okay, so back to you, Gladys. What is North going to do?
2 clubs.
Explain, please.
Most of this I just look at and bid. Well, he has an opening hand. He has 6 clubs and a singleton and spades.
So he has 7, 10, 11, 15 high card points, right?
Right.
Right.
And 2 points for the extra 2 clubs. He has a 17-point hand.
Correct.
Certainly enough to overcall at level 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, Eileen, can we take it from there? What would you like East to do?
Pass.
You think?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would pass it.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm bidding 2 spades.
Oh.
I'm not going a game with no points, but I'm thinking 10 spades between me and my partner, that's enough to give him 1 bid.
I think she's gonna count you for points as well.
Say that again?
I mean, if I was your partner and you answered 2 spades, my mind would say 6 to 9 points mentally to add to mine, somewhere in there.
6 to 10.
6 to,
Like 6 to 10.
I know, but I go 10 up.
But you'll also be telling him that there's a match. right?
Yes, you're telling me a match, but I think I would wait and see what happens. I would wait and see what
I
happens.
may never get the chance. I am
No.
showing him my 5 spades. Don't forget my singleton.
Might not.
I am showing him my 5 spades.
Okay.
Do whatever you want. I
No,
I
it's
think that's
actually
too-
more aggressive.
I think
more
that's
aggressive than
too,
me.
that's too enticing to give up.
All right.
I'm bidding 2 spades. 1 bid. That's all I'm doing is 1 bid.
Okay.
Okay. South has, her partner has overcalled in spades. Is she going to show the clubs?
Yes.
I'm overcalled in clubs. Is she going to show her clubs?
Yeah.
I would.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You only have 1
She's
spot.
got 6, 7, 9, 10, 13 high card points. She knows her partner has at least 5 clubs because he overcalled. He has to have a 5 card suit.
Right.
So they have at least 10 clubs together. She's going to bid 3 clubs. What will West do?
Go to 4 spades.
West is going to pass.
Why?
East showed a minimum hand. When East had 2 spades, East showed a minimum hand of 6 to 10 or 6 to 9, depending on who you're playing with, points. West has 5 and 7 is 12, 15 points. And her partner has 6 to 10, not enough to even think about game. West is passing. So now it goes to North.
Why
Does
wouldn't
everyone
they
know
do
why
an
West-
invitation?
Does everyone know why West is passing?
No, I was gonna say, why wouldn't they do an invitation? Because your partner
Like 3 spades.
Right,
had gone to 2 spades.
Because her partner showed 6 to 10 points.
right.
And she's got how many points?
13.
14, I think, but
Oh, 13,
That's 12 plus
1.
3.
It's 12 plus 3, it's 15. Her partner has at most 10. 26 points for 4 spades. Do you see
Yeah,
the
but you
math
wouldn't
adding
wanna,
up?
okay.
yes, but wouldn't you want to take it away
You're
from the
getting
clubs?
seduced. You're getting seduced by the fact that East has 5 spades, which is something West doesn't know. You're
Yes.
looking at East's
True.
hand and you're saying, based on East's hand, this is what West should do. But you're forgetting that West doesn't see East's hand.
Got it.
West is saying, my partner has a minimum hand because she bid her spades at the cheapest level possible. And based on my hand, we don't have 4 spades. And if they don't have 4 spades, there's no reason to bid 3. Because if you bid 3, your partner can go to 4. This hand belongs to North and South.
Okay.
How
And West-
sad is that with
and
10
West doesn't
spades?
know how many spades East has.
No.
East has 3 spades.
West could say East has 3 spades
Right.
and 6
Okay.
points.
I got it.
Okay, so South said 3 clubs, West passed. What would you like North to do?
5 clubs.
5
Three,
clubs.
5 clubs.
I probably would go to 5.
You
And I
got
gotta
2
tell you,
losers.
3 no trump is a possibility. It's a
Except for the
possibility.
diamonds.
Let's count our winners. Count our winners. How many winners do they have in clubs?
5.
6.
1, 2,
They have
3.
6 winners in clubs.
6.
Because North has 6 clubs.
Mhm.
They have 6 winners in clubs. In diamonds, how many winners do they have?
2.
2.
Possibly.
2. They have to lose the
1.
ace. They have to lose the ace
right, that's 2.
and they have 2 other winners. So they have 6 winners in clubs, 2
Who's it?
winners in diamonds, and 2 winners in hearts,
And 1 winner in spade.
and 1 winner in spades. So
They have 11.
They have 11.
now count your losers. How many losers do they, if they're in 5 clubs, how many losers do they have in spades?
1.
None.
None.
Oh,
How many losers do they have in hearts?
1.
1.
1. How many losers do they have in diamonds?
1.
1. So far, that's 2 losers. How many losers do they have in clubs?
None.
None. They make 5 clubs. Yes, East and West had 10 spades, but this contract belonged to North and South. I put this in because I thought you would get carried away with the fact that there were 10 spades and you'd automatically say 4 spades. And that's what some of you did. But you needed other things too.
Now you said
Yes,
the rule of 15 for West. Could he have
the rule of
passed?
15 is for the person in the 4th position when the
Ah.
previous 3 players have passed.
West might not have passed initially.
No, West has 12 high card points and the extra point for the extra spade.
But they were also the dealer, so it wouldn't apply.
Correct.
if I was a,
West has an opening bid no matter what you do.
Okay,
if I had enough experience to evaluate both these hands and say possibly I should work in what do we call it? In diamonds. Was it diamonds we won on this hand?
Clubs.
Clubs. I'm sorry. Yeah, in clubs. And I say, I see a 3-no trump looking very good. Is there any logical reason I should take if I
Well,
think?
here's the problem with 3-no trump. Let's say the one who leads pushes the spades. They're going to play their spades, and they play the spades, and you don't play the ace on the first time. So they win with their king, and then they play again, and they force you to play your ace because it's the only one you've got left. Then at some point, you play your clubs, you get all your club tricks. As soon as you play a diamond,
Right. That's it.
or you lose the finesse and hearts,
go to
they get
spades.
control and they play the rest of their spades.
Uh-huh.
Right,
You lose those tricks, right?
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this as the last question because we're past 11:30. Go ahead.
why didn't South bid two no trump?
Why didn't South bid 2-no trump?
Yes, after the two
Because
spades fight.
because her partner showed 5 clubs. I'm showing that I have we have 10 clubs together.
Okay,
I'm going to show that.
okay.
Now, if my partner then bid another suit, then I might bid no trump to show that I had the stopper in spades. I'm very leery about bidding no trump when both of my opponents, I know that they have 8 spades at least between them,
Okay, okay.
right?
understood.
I mean, I have the ace. Once that ace goes, then what?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where then.